Well, I honor that, and I know my listeners do, so you're being a great sport about it. But I want to be clear. I think people who do think that question was wrong and do think that you were penalized, I think in future the fans of Miss USA should put their input in about the transparency of the judging rules so that the young ladies know what they're going into.
Right.
Now, you're very young. I mean, you're in a sophomore or junior in college?
A junior in college. I'm 21 years old.
And so you can continue to be part of pageants. This isn't your last rodeo.
Well, yes and no. The USA system, it goes on to Miss Universe, and because of that, it's the most prestigious pageant in the world. And so I've kind of already competed as far up as I can go. And so if I wanted to compete, there are other systems. There's Miss World, there's Miss International, and there's, of course, Miss America, who has the talent portion. And so, I'm open-minded to that, but I think at this point in my life, I'm ready to move on and pursue my career and finish my education and that kind of thing. I don't completely shut it out, but at this moment in time, I don't think I'll be competing anymore.
Well, that's great. I mean, you're very well balanced. You've got a larger universe out there than just these beauty pageants, but it is great to have Miss Oklahoma with us. We'll talk about her worldview and what she's planning in her career next when we get back. Stay with us.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future.
Thank you, Miss South Carolina. It is refreshing to have Miss Oklahoma on with us and runner-up for Miss USA to have someone who is very intelligent. Because my experience is beautiful women are just as smart as, on average as other intelligent women. But I don't want you to say mean things here, but what was your take on Miss Teen South Carolina and that big controversy a few years ago?
Well, I'm not one to judge anyone, so all I can say is God bless her, and it's not easy being up there in front of millions of people and lights in your face, and possibly becoming a potential YouTube moment. There's a lot going through your brain, so you got to give her some credit for at least putting herself out there and, doing her best, right?
Hey, at least she got in the arena. I'm just saying, comparing her to you, it is night and day. Now, talking during the break, I brought up Carrie Prejean, if I'm pronouncing that right. I vaguely remember last year the big controversy where she said my parents brought me up to be pro family and marriage is a institution that deals with that, and you said, wow, I get asked about a lot of that, and you told me privately your views on it, and but it's such a hot issue, so putting it as nicely as you can, I mean, you were explaining the parallel of even if you basically were dissed for answering the question the way you were, you don't want to be seen as basically running with it or milking it?
Right. Well, I think a lot of people have been comparing me to Carrie Prejean or saying I'm the next Carrie Prejean because it is kind of ironic. She gets the gay marriage question, I get the legal immigration question. We both gave fairly conservative answers, are pretty blondes, then end up first runner-up, right? So there are definitely some comparisons there, but I just didn't want to victimize myself. I felt she kind of milked her time in the media just for being controversial, and I just didn't want people to view me as the same or victimize me or anything along those lines, if that makes sense.
But, I mean, every year now it's about politics, people losing who are the runner-ups because they have conservative or constitutional or traditional values. I think Donald Trump needs to get the politics out of this because the message to people is, you know, if you don't have the right political view, it's not how talented or how beautiful or how dynamic you are. You know, this is political correctness. And I think, frankly, I think it was political correctness. I mean, I think the Lebanese woman is bombshell beautiful. But I don't think she was in the top 5. I mean, I happened to, again, just catch about 20 minutes of it. It was pure torture, of course, while I was drinking coffee after my Sunday show. But I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think she's second place. Well, I saw you out there on that runway, and let me tell you, it was like my eyes were on springs. I hope my wife's not listening. I'm sorry. But no, I mean, seriously. I mean, I thought you were the most beautiful. You popped out there. That's the reason you were in the leadership role. And if you'd have said, I'm against Arizona, I love open borders, I love world government, I love crime, they would have been bong, 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 you know, jackpot, you're the winner. I'm sorry. They stole it from you.
You know, again, I would hope that's not the case, but you're absolutely correct, actually. Rima, while she is stunningly beautiful, if you average swimsuit evening gown, I think she was actually in 7th place. And so, you know, winning, I'm so proud of her, and I think it's awesome that she's Arab American. I think that's, you know, a great, neat thing for our country, but it is a little disappointing for me, you know, when you want something so badly and so close, but so far. But again, I'm doing okay. I'm not bitter, and I'm just excited for what's next in my life.
I know, but there you are, though. See, you just backed that up with statistics. She was in 7th place. She was way back there. She wasn't in, you know, it's like a NASCAR race. You got 2 or 3 of the top drivers, you know, they're up there on the last lap, and then all of a sudden you answered that question wrong, and your engine blew up, and then, you know, 7th place goes, meow, 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 meow. I mean, come on. You know,
Rima, honestly, she's got the funniest, goofiest personality, and I really think she just won him over in her interview because she's just such a relatable, great.
All right, Miss Oklahoma, stay there. One more segment with you.